It's the 80th anniversary of the Kokoda campaign in World War II.
And being able to meet a veteran so he can tell us his story is pretty incredible. But to be able to do something worthwhile for him, well, that's even better.
So come on down, Reg. There's two very important people that I'd like to introduce you to, and then you'll see a cast of thousands later. But this is Charlie, and this is
G'day,
Adam.
Reg.
This
How are
is
you?
Reg, guys, who is a living legend of the Kokoda Trail Diggers.
Wow. Awesome to meet you, Reg.
Yes, thank you. I'm very fortunate to still be here, aren't I?
We can tell, Reg, you love gardening because this place is immaculate. We've all noticed it. But would you be offended if I said the house could do with just a little bit of a revamp out here?
No, because at my age now, like, I used to be able to do it all, but unfortunately I can't now. I'm banned from getting up ladders, but I still do when there's nobody around. So.
That's a bit
98.
shaky. That's a bit shaky, Reg.
I'm not sure, Reg, that you should be up on a ladder, so
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with everyone else who says that you shouldn't. But can maybe give Adam and Charlie an idea. What are the things that you're really passionate about keeping or that you would like to see?
Only the roses.
Okay.
Anything else you can do what you like with it. That's the easiest way of putting it.
The roses are looking good out the front.
The roses have been there between 65 and 66 years.
Wow.
They're doing all right then. I think they're in the right spot.
Yeah.
And what about the entrance here, Reg? How do you find getting up to your front door?
As I'm getting older, harder.
Yeah. So I think there's definitely something we can do here.
Lovely.
To make it a lot easier for you.
Oh, that'd be great, yeah. I'm grateful for anything you do. So.
You're easy to keep happy then, Reg.
I am. Yeah.
We can have some fun.
So, Reg, what we might do is leave these guys to rip into things to get started. Are you
Right.
able to take me where you do your tours each day?
Yeah, well, certainly will, for sure. Yeah.
Do you need to grab a jacket or anything?
I will like to get my jacket if you don't mind. Yeah,
I don't
please.
mind. Am I okay like this?
Oh, fine. Fine.
It's all about you. Come on, let's go.
Okay, thank
See you guys.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Thanks very much.
Reg volunteers and leads tours at the Kokoda Track Memorial Walkway in the Sydney suburb of Concord. Well, Reg, thank you for bringing me to the Kokoda Track Memorial Walk. This is actually a very peaceful, beautiful place, isn't it?
It is. It brings back sad memories for us chaps, but that's just normal.
So, Reg, tell me your story then.
Well, to start with, the Japanese had captured every island in the Southwest Pacific, so the bottom half, which was called Papua New Guinea, was the only part they didn't have. Now, if they'd have captured that, they'd have brought their fleet down into Port Moresby Harbour. That would have cut off all the supplies coming from America. Now, if they'd have done that, Australia was gone.
Yeah, and then the conditions on the Kokoda Trail, like it was horrendous, wasn't it? Can you describe what it was like?
When you first got the Kokoda Trail itself, it's 25 miles from Port Moresby. It's all uphill when you're going there, and when you're coming back, it's all downhill. Of course, when it rains in New Guinea 3 times a day, soaking wet.
The whole time, so you're never dry.
Never dry.
Your shoes would be just falling to pieces.
Your boots last 3.5 months, roughly.
Wow.
And all the stitching just come undone. So then you walk up the Golden Staircase, which is 2,200 steps to the side of the mountain.
For us, it holds such an extraordinary place in our history. But for you, it must be so difficult, just listening to the memories that you've got. They're horrific.
Well, I want everybody to know what they owe these people.
Yeah.
You know, not me. I've got enough out of life. I'd like everybody to treat each other the same. I know it's impossible, but I mean, what a nice world it'd be. That's all I can say.
You're able to honour them here when you take people around and you tell the stories of all the people who've fallen and lost along the way.
We lost 46,000 Australians during the Second World War and 78,000 in the First World War. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Am I allowed to hug you?
Yeah, as long as you don't hug me too hard, I'll break.
I won't hug you too hard, but you're amazing.
Thank you very much. John, that's lovely of you.
Honestly, everyone needs to come here just to listen to you.
I don't know about that.
They do.
Well, I better start charging them, haven't I?
Finally, you'll make some coin.
As long as the taxation doesn't hear about it.
Felt so hot, we kissed so soft.
To make this entrance a bit more user-friendly for Reg, we're going to be putting a deck down. Now, we're going to break these up into 2 platforms. The first one will come flush with the entrance, which will bring us basically flush to the tiles here. Then we'll have 1 step down and we'll run a long platform all the way to the end of the house. The first thing I'm going to do is take these tiles off. Because our deck is going to be finishing at this height, I want to remove the tiles and that will allow us to bag this brick wall.
Feel like I was undercover. Now I'm driving way over 100. Every time I talk, I make a stutter. Now I got a mountain like butter. Now I got a rock, and I'm on a roll. Everybody want a body in and out the door. Yeah, like it or not, a little push and pull. Feel the way we go.
You can see the joy these roses bring Reg, so they're definitely staying, but this front wall, it's just so dated. But don't worry, like the roses, I'm going to keep it for something else. We're just setting the posts for our fence, and I'm actually using a 90 by 90 H4 treated pine. That way we can use some sleepers on the front to retain the soil and retain Reg's roses. Once we've done that, we're going to be having a really nice picket on here. It's going to give it a contemporary look and just make the front of the house look a lot nicer.
Out our new mate Reg, a 98-year-old Kokoda track veteran, by giving the front of his place a spruce up. Charlie's looking after Reg's prize garden, and Adam is refreshing the front porch with a facelift. We removed the old tiles, and now he's fixing this nasty tripping hazard in the path created by some pesky tree roots.
Even though I try to run from your love, you still got me running right back to you. I try enough, these circles got me running right back to you.
I really want to create a nice garden bed for Reg when he arrives home and something to look at through that window, but currently it's completely overgrown. It's taking all the light from inside the house. So what I need to do is clear this bed out before I can get planting. When it comes to chopping down a tree on your property, you really want to check with council to make sure you're allowed to do it. This one, far too close to the house. It's not particularly tall, so we don't need any approvals.
While Charlie's scratching his head and figuring out what the heck he's doing, I'm going to knock together the frame for Reg's new deck. For the deck frame, I'm just using this 140 by 45 treated pine, and we've just made a simple ladder frame. Now we're going to utilise the brick wall on this side and attach to it there, and then utilise the concrete here with some L brackets. Then I've got Cyril, he's just putting down some treated pine battens, which will allow us to run that deck right up to the front door. Now this is a great way to cover up those old tiles if you have them at your place, and the structure is sound.
So, Reg, tell me when you and Betty first saw this place.
So Betty and I have been in this house for 66 years.
Goodness me, there'd be a lot of happy memories then.
Oh, there was. We've had some marvellous times too, the two of us, and the two sons, and we're lucky.
I was going to ask you about her because you fell in love with her young, didn't you?
I used to see this young lady riding down Wardell Road, which is a hill all the way down to the station. And I said to my mother, I'm going to marry that girl one day. And my mother said to me, Reg, you're an idiot, get inside.
Thanks, Mum.
And that was it. We just clicked. This went on for a while. Anyway, she said to me one night, I was half out the gate, and she said, if you don't come back and kiss me, don't bother coming back at all. I'll find somebody else. End of story. The war broke out and things were really bad, yeah. People don't realise, even I didn't realise until I went away just how bad things were. I suffered with malaria all the time.
Betty must have been So thrilled to see you come home safely.
Yeah, she
Even
was.
though you came home...
Yeah, really, really crook.
A lot of great memories though, isn't it? It's
Yes,
unbelievable.
marvellous memories. Yeah, when we're having bad times, they're the ones you think of,
Yeah.
not the nasty ones.
No. You got to look around and see the good ghosts in the house, don't you?
Yeah.
All the
well,
good memories.
she's still here.
Do you know what? I could sit here all day, but do you know who's going to get really, really mad with me?
What?
Charlie and Adam, if I don't get out there and actually help them do some work in your yard. I think I've got the best end of the deal here.
I think so.
And if you want to learn more about Reg's life, look out for his soon-to-be-released biography.
How are you for height? Okay on the line?
I'm on the line, you on the half?
Yep, to you a bit. There we go. With our posts gone off, we can now put our sleeper wall in. We're going to go too high and stagger the joins. James is going to pre-drill. I'll come behind with a bugle. And once that's done, we get onto our rails.
So just like everything else in Reg's life, he has maintained these awnings absolutely perfectly. Now, the beauty of that is we can actually reuse them, but give them a new lease on life. And what's the easiest way to do that, inside or out at your place? Well, it's with a lick of paint. So we're actually going to use 3 different types of paints here. And they're actually going to tie back into the garden, believe it or not. So we're going to use Surf Mist on the windows, which is another white, but it's going to be a really fresh one. And then on the awnings and all the other trims, we're going to use Monument. Now, if you haven't seen Monument before, it's a dark charcoal grey, so it is going to modernise this little old cottage in no time at all. So the third colour that we're going to introduce is Cord Bear. So it's kind of within the same tone of this. It's just got a little bit more green. So it'll actually pick up on some of the beautiful plantings that'll be out there in the garden. Now, we're using this special brush. This is a nap brush that's to 22. They can go to 25. And basically that just means it's a great big woolly brush. So when we load this up with paint, it will, when we put it onto the wall, go into all of these little divots and holes.
For the rails on our posts, I've just done a really simple checkout, and then that way, when they go in, it'll be nice and flush, and when we put our pickets on, it'll all line up with our sleepers. This might be a little bit tight. Just use the persuader.
To complete the deck area and complement Charlie's fence, I'm going to be building a screen. That way, when you're walking up to the front door, you don't see the air conditioning unit. The first thing I'm doing is making a 90mm frame, and then I'll be infilling it with some thinner battens. Now, everything's pre-painted, which means I simply need to mark it out and screw it together using some bugle screws. The tip here is to create a template, because I want the gaps to start off smaller and then fan out bigger. You'll see what I mean once it's together.
Gonna stay strong until the battle is won. We fight
For the pickets for the front fence, I'm using this timber. It's 66 by 30, and I'm placing it on edge just like this. This gives us a nice contemporary look and defines the front of the house. It also gives us a really nice backdrop for the roses from inside the house. Now, I'm just using a block to space it out, and then I will use a nail gun to fix it off, and then we'll go back and screw from the back so the front stays nice and clean.
I'll tell you what, Griggsy, it is good to see this red brick getting covered up.
There's nothing against red bricks, but to be honest, I love the contrast of the new paint colour with the Monument.
Yeah.
And you've got to remember, we're going to be doing all of the red bricks below here and your front facade, so it's really going to anchor the whole house.
That's right. So that means I need to hurry up and get this render finished.
I didn't want to say it like that.
Yeah, it's such a diplomatic way of saying it.
taking over Reg's front garden, one of the last diggers from the Kokoda track, and it's coming up pretty good.
And you know how you're like television royalty as far as horticulture and landscaping.
It's very kind of you.
You're actually not the only royalty to have been in this front garden.
My mother's been here.
No, well, kind of. The Queen Mum. I don't know if that's your mum, but how's this? In 1958, the Queen Mum came out to Australia and she picked Reg's garden to come and do a visit to returned servicemen. And the whole neighbourhood came out to see her. Like, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It's pretty cool. What do you think the Queen Mum would say about this?
I think she'd probably want us to stay in that timber.
I think she would.
It's kind of standing out a
No,
little bit at the
not bad.
moment, isn't it?
I'll start here. I'll take the sunny spot. You can have the shady spot.
Oh, see? The Queen Mum would like you.
Yeah, I know.
You again, I can't remember how I know you. I can place you.
Are we just doing one coat or two?
We will probably do two, I'd say, because
Yeah.
it will look very blue after one coat.
Yeah.
How could I forget you? How could I forget you?
For the decking board, we're going with a composite board. The colour is alpine ash. The best thing about this is it's maintenance free. So the only thing Reg has to worry about is just having a nice stroll to his front door. To put him in place, we're using these hidden fixings. Now they also double up and create the spacing as well, and that's going to stop the board from sliding. The trick when you're laying these boards is you want to start with your first one nice and straight. That way, when you put your clips in, you know that every board after that is going to be straight. The only thing you need to remember is that you start the screw on an angle. That way, it pulls everything in nice and tight.
Another moth to the flame. Why don't you ever learn how to play the game?
To finish off our front garden bed, I'm adding in some plants. Now, Reg used to have some petunias here, but really they're quite high maintenance. You need to deadhead them, you need to keep the water up to them. So I'm going for low maintenance, and I'm using this. This is Euphorbia Diamond Frost. Now, I really love this because once it's established, it's not going to need much water, and it's got these flowers on it for about 11, maybe 12 months of the year round. I also love the style of it. It really suits the roses. Behind me, I've also put in a garden bed. Now, when Reg comes to his brand new letterbox, I want him something nice to look at. So we've got Banksia integrifolia. When this is in flower, all the birds will flock to it, and it will finish off the front garden just perfectly.
Paint a smile upon my face when you're gone. Tell myself I lie, that's what I wanted, but you got me right all on my own. I ain't got no worries, I never think about you. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
To finish off our Banksia bed, I'm using a combination of Lamandra tunica, because it's bulletproof, and then this great little Grevillea, which is just going to form a ground cover to fill in the rest of the space.
Finally, my height comes into some use apart from in supermarkets and on aeroplanes, taking suitcases out of the overhead luggage. That looks great. What a difference does a little coat of paint makes.
Oh, that finishes it off nicely.
Perfect. Look at that. It gets rid of the step at this front door, so Reg just has a flat plane to walk out into his front yard.
So, Charlie, tell me about this little selection of natives that you've got.
You like it?
I like it a lot. It's like a little birthday party here in the front yard, but with some birthday candle Banksias.
I like the way you did that, Joe. Very clever. So we've got a nice Grevillea here, which is going to get up and
Yep.
give us lovely flowers right by the front door. There's a tea tree over there, which is going to screen out that house. And then just a
Fantastic.
really nice mix of callistemons, Grevilleas, some Lamandras, kangaroo paws.
But I also like the grasses that you've
So
got in there.
this is a native called
Yep.
Panicum heavy metal. And in autumn, it gets this really nice red colour to the leaves.
Okay.
And so that'll be a really nice accent to the garden. Then come spring, you chop it down and you get all this lovely fresh growth.
So I like it. You've got all your different layers and little colours. The leucadendrums are gorgeous, by
They're
the
a
way.
nice colour, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're beautiful.
I can't tell you what variety it is. Harlequin, there you go.
Oh, it's a
So I know all
harlequin.
my plants.
Well, that's enough laughing. I've got a wide load coming through.
Looks like you got a heavy load.
It is heavy.
Adam, that looks fantastic.
Yep.
Works?
Yeah, it really does.
Well, it's to try and hide that air conditioning unit.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we started tight here, and I've just fanned it out. There we're looking.
Yep, good.
We're in.
Yep.
Nice.
Hey, Ads,
Yes,
as I do
Charles.
this mulching, could you do me a favour and pop some pots under the window?
Oh, I certainly can. Can I finish sweeping first?
Looks done to me.
Let's get there.
So we can't wait to hear what you think. Here's Adam and Charlie again, Reg.
How you going?
Good to see you both. Yeah, lovely.
What do you think of this?
Wow, look like I'm speechless.
We smartened up the front with a new fence, but we definitely kept all your lovely roses behind there for you.
Lovely, thank you ever so much for that. I noticed you put all the lovely plants in between as well.
Yeah, so they're going to fill in and spill over the front, and they flower for most of the year round. So you really don't have to do anything with those, just leave them be.
You've got a beautiful feature tree out here at the front as well.
Yeah, unbelievable. What's it called, a silver what?
That's a Banksia integrifolia. So that's going to get lovely flowers on it, bring the birds in.
Oh, right.
So, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. And the postman will be happy able to put the letters in without going crook. But yeah, look, it's absolutely beautiful. I could break out in tears, to be quite honest with you. And that's not kidding. So thank you one and all for what you've done for me. I'm very, very grateful.
You've only seen the street.
Yeah, it's
You
not,
haven't.
it's not just a front fence, Reg.
Oh.
It's
He wants to
plenty more.
show you more of the house. You want to have a look
Is
at
there
that?
more?
Yeah, come have a look.
Lovely. Thank you.
And use a grab rail here, Reg.
I certainly will.
Help you out. A little bit different.
Wow. I just can't. I'm not kidding. I can't fathom it.
That's a good response. That's a good response.
And look, it's absolutely beautiful. You know, I used to struggle getting up here. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I had to go around the back way because I couldn't get up here. I know it sounds stupid, but it was.
No, well, that was the whole idea, Reg, is just to create these landings and make them a lot longer. So it's more of a stroll that you take and only one step to then get up to the
Yeah.
ground floor level.
That's fantastic. I've never had anything like it before. Beautifully, beautifully done to everybody. Things that you've done for me, I would never dreamt of been able to do it. I wouldn't have had enough money, period. That's the easiest way to put it.
I mean, this home, it's been such a huge part of your life for so long, and it's just so lovely for us to be able to freshen it up. I wish Betty could have seen it.
So do
I think she would have loved it.
I. She would have for sure.
Yeah.
Even when you're gone, I'll be still standing here looking at it because I just can't believe it's done.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure
Yeah.
to do this for you, Reg. It really is the least we can do.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. It's been a real honour to actually be here and spend time with you. You are a true gentleman in every single aspect of the word.
How much is that going to cost me?
He reckons every time he has to give a compliment, he's going to pay for
It's
it.
going to cost. It's all right, I'll get this one for you, Reg.
Thanks.